We are here because we are dedicated to helping the entire CrossFit community. Determined to elevate coaches, box owners, athletes, and everything in between, we believe that this mission will begin right here, right now. While this time and this goal begins with you, our hope is that you take this fire ignited within you and weave it into your own life with the same unrelenting passion to give those you have the privilege of coming in contact with the best hour of their day.
All right, we've got Jen, we've got Amanda, Bombshell CrossFit. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you so much.
Hello. So, this is very reminiscent. About 6 or 7 months ago, we had a call similar to this.
Mm-hmm.
We were on the other side of the table.
Yeah.
On the other side of the table. Look at you now. Look at you now. On the adult side of the table. So
right.
I use you specifically, Bombshell CrossFit, as an example of, I don't know if you remember, and I don't know that I'm quoting myself right, but I believe I said something to the extent of, you should close your gym down and coach elsewhere. Is that right?
I mean, in a nutshell,
I don't
yeah.
think it was that blatant.
Yeah, but it was pretty darn close. Yeah.
Around that bush.
It was like if basically if you don't do something now, like you need to close your doors, basically.
Yeah. You know, and again, I don't remember, but I know it's one of those things where if you say it enough times, you start to believe it. So I don't know exactly what I've said. So, but I've quoted myself to others because one of the first affiliate you calls that I really remember for many reasons. And I've passed that on how I told you to do that. And we'll obviously talk about the success since then. But I remember you saying something like, but I'm really passionate about this. I really love coaching. And that was kind of where I was like, cool, then go coach somewhere and get paid for it. But right now you're coaching for free.
Basically, yeah. About 3 years of coaching for free. Yeah.
Was it that long? Was it that long that you?
Yeah, because I mean, we're going on our 4th year being open in August. So, I mean, I would say I left enough money, cash for myself to survive my first, year and a half. And then after that, it's definitely been until, of course, I joined Affiliate U. There were quite a few times that I was looking into, like, how do I close down my affiliate? Do I need to file bankruptcy? Like, what do I have to do? How am I going to go about this financially? Because I just wasn't making money.
Didn't have enough money to eat.
Like there was one I actually got on food stamps, honestly. Yeah.
You never told me that.
Yeah. Yeah, got on food stamps because I was like, I can't eat. I don't have enough money to eat. I was like, this is bad. I'm like paying the gym bills, and I'm like, literally before she started, coaching, and before Brad came on, I was coaching 6 classes a day and just running. I felt like a hamster running on a wheel, basically, just kind of doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And just exhausted, like wearing myself down. And and as much as I loved it, it wore me down so much that I got to the point where, I was like, I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this kind of a thing.
Because you remember the first call we had, that's when we had COVID, and her recovery was better being sick because she was forced to stay home and rest than her days at the gym.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I do remember when you guys went to your super spreader Thanksgiving event, like Clarence.
It totally was.
So, wait. So, and let's be clear for the listeners. So, Jen, you are the sole owner of the box. Amanda's kind of like your right-hand girl, BFFs, etc. And I would dare to say, without Amanda, Bombshell would probably have closed pre-affiliate you.
Absolutely. She was actually the one who told me about it.
Really?
She listened to your podcast before I did. And
you're best friends, Amanda?
And she was like, you have to listen to this podcast. I really think it's what you need, the direction you need to go, with the gym. And I was like, okay, I'll listen to it. So
she's like, when am I gonna have time to listen to it? I'm like, in 10-minute sections when you leave your house and go to the gym.
Yeah, basically.
Make some time.
So I got, yeah. And then it wasn't long after that I was like, man, I really like what these guys have to say. You know, everything they're saying is making sense. I really feel like this could be a good program for me. And then basically not long after that, I scheduled the call with you. And then, yeah.
Can you dig and just give us a little bit of insight, Amanda? Because it is nice to hear when someone enjoys the show enough to want to share with their box owner. So, you know, mostly for Fern, because I know what I do so well. But let's, you know, just in case Fern does, what are some of the things, you know, that you heard from us that, you know, you thought to yourself, man, I got to pass this on to Jen?
Well, just like a lot of your coaching tips and stuff. I really started CrossFit day one when she opened her box. I just stumbled in and then would never leave. But I became passionate about it too. And then I got my L1, like 2-ish years in?
Yeah, about 2 years in.
2 years. So 2 years ago. And then she was so overwhelmed, I just got thrown right into coaching without anything. Yeah. I mean, literally just, all right, you got your L1, you've got Monday at, I'm like,
you're like,
I don't know how to do this. And it was awful for a while, but I mean, she didn't have time to properly,
take her through coaching development, basically, literally. Which is like, again, another great part of affiliate.
I've learned under her, and we've been training partners, so I know how to do everything correctly, but I just didn't know how to coach it or how to express that to other people. So when I found your podcast, you guys break down exactly how to do that. So, all right, well, take my own initiative to listen to this and get better each day. And then there's even stuff that I'm like, hey, you know, have you ever thought about this? Have you ever?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And about training partners, you are two fit individuals. Jen, what'd you hit on that front squat again? 245 for 4?
255. Don't chip me my 10 pounds.
245 was mine, I guess. Yeah, that's great. Wait, I want to go back a second.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me this. So you were literally working for 3 years, all hours of the day. Your own fitness probably suffering. And throw on top of that, you were actually on food stamps. This is
I made her do that.
She made me do it. She was like, you like don't have enough money for groceries. She's like, file for food stamps.
Well, she didn't want to. She's like, well, I don't feel like I qualify. And I'm like, you paid in the system your whole life. You work 14 hours, 6 days a week. Like, you're exactly who it's made for, and you're not going to stay on it forever. Like, just use it to get a boost until we do better.
Yeah. And
that's exactly what she did.
You were already one of, if not my favorite, like, turnaround stories. This is even better.
Like, now it's like that much better.
Well, you know, like I said,
that's funny.
I use you often. We've probably mentioned you on the show, but just in general, going, you know, not only that, I think something we didn't touch on is you had a part-time job as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know,
yeah. I was, my mom worked for a downhole motor company, and I was like, basically like an office assistant, just I was literally going between CrossFit classes, going over there and trying to get 20 hours a week at her office between coaching classes. So yeah, the amount of hours I had been working was absurd. Basically, I honestly don't know how I kept going. I really just kind of contributed to I don't want to quit. I don't kind of give up kind of mentality. And I mean, I'm from, you know, a family I've had a job since I was basically 16, you know, jobs here and there. And so I've always grew up with parents that are like, look, if we want to get anywhere in life, you got to work hard and, you know, be good at what you do. So I just kind of always had that attitude, like, no, I love this. I love having the gym. I know we have the right facility, the right people, you know, the right program, just everything. I was like, but how do we get this to work? You know, like, what do we have to implement to put in place to actually make this successful?
The coaching side, the people skills, all that. She just sucked at the business side.
Yeah. Basically.
So like, see if they can help.
I do want to dig into that and talk about some of the small changes and then bigger changes, but I want to have a better understanding of this, because I think it's astonishing to me, but I don't think it's unique. I mean, that may be unique to be on food stamps, but to be a box owner that's not making any money, I don't think that's that unique in the CrossFit space. But for 3 years, so like, what does that feel like? I don't like, what does it feel like to be getting up, I mean, busting your ass, giving all of yourself and your energy to people, and you're probably not even telling them, hey, and by the way, I can't even put food on my table.
Oh no, they had no idea.
Probably the first time they're hearing it.
Yeah, well, ironically, basically this past year, since joining Affiliate U is basically the first time they've heard that I was struggling that much. I mean, they don't know details about, the Affiliate U because, they're just clients. They're not really interested on that, on that side of things. But I have, vocalized to them like, hey, I call you guys our mentors. I'm like, we're working with this company. They're amazing guys. They're they're basically our me and Amanda's mentors, and they, help out other boxes. And here are some changes we're implementing. So they know the changes are coming from this direction. But yeah, they have a better idea now of what I went through. But for those first almost 3.5 years, no, they had no idea. I mean, you put on that, that happy face, and was I happy to be at the gym? Yeah, because I love being there. I really do. Like, it's kind of hard for me to pull myself away from there sometimes because I love the environment, the community that we built. I love coaching, but it became a grind to where it did get hard to wake up in the morning. Like, not only was I not getting sleep, like I'm lucky if I got about 5 hours, but you're just coaching 6 classes a day for that, for that many years, and then not reaping, I guess, the rewards of all the, the fruits of your labor kind of a thing, as in monetarily, can get it wears down on you, I think, emotionally and mentally, not only, not to mention, of course, financially, but,
and physically.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely say probably in that 3 years, I've probably had more CrossFit injuries than, I've had throughout my entire CrossFit career. And I, attribute that to, of course, probably overtraining because I didn't want to not train, but being exhausted mentally, physically, emotionally, and just still trying to push through it, but, I'm so glad though. I can't tell you how like happy I am that I didn't give up, and that Amanda did happen to, listen to your podcast and tell me about it. And that I decided to, kind of take that leap of faith and be like, yeah, I'm gonna work with these guys. Cause like after talking to you on the call, I was like, I was very, very nervous because monetarily for me, like, I was like, okay, I can manage to make this work, but is this going to, is it going to be worth my investment? And it's by far exceeded literally like anything I could have ever imagined. And I feel like the things that we have in place right now are only going to continue to keep getting better and better. Cause I feel like we're just scratching the surface on the potential of what we can implement at the gym through Affiliate U and just all the tools that you give us to put into place to run a better affiliate, basically. And it's just, the turnaround has been insane. And not to mention knowing who your ideal client is supposed to be has totally changed our community. And we have a community of people now that I feel like they're never going to leave, literally. And that's been the most awesome thing to see, is people that want to stick around, not people that are like, I have kind of a 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the door. Like, I could be here next month, I might not. But now it's like, I don't know. I kind of feel like the ideal clients almost fall in our laps now. It's kind of, it's crazy. Like, just.
And the same thing by growing from within, like our friends bring their friends, and then they bring their friends, and then everybody's already friends, and it's great.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was, I would say, I was a public school teacher and a coach for 14 years before I opened an affiliate, and that was an exhausting career also, because by far coaches and teachers are very underpaid for what they do, for the amount of hours they put in. But this by far, the 3.5 years exceeded that 14 years, of just kind of feeling like I'm spinning my tires in the mud kind of a thing, But
and honestly, in the back of our heads, we wondered if you were gonna tell her to close. I think I remember sitting here saying that thing before we got on the call, like, what if he tells you to close? Are you going to close? Like, and honestly, if you told her that, I wouldn't have been relieved, but like just watching her grind for so many years, I'm like, like something either has to change or like stop, like you're gonna kill yourself. Like,
yeah,
I've just never seen so much like passion be able to grind for that amount of time, like with no return. I mean, there's return, obviously. There's greater return than money, like just us helping people, watching people grow, love their lives more through it is a great return, but you also have to live.
You know what makes that return of seeing people progress even better is getting paid to do it.
When you can eat.
Yeah. When you can eat without food. Yes.
Well, and I think a lot of I mean, everything you just said, it was the reason I was like, you're clearly passionate about coaching, and I never doubted you were great at it. But I was like, go somewhere and get paid to be a great coach. And that was really my mindset. Not that like, get out of this CrossFit thing, you're no good. It was, hey, go get paid $20, $25 an hour and get a real job outside of it. I remember, knowing you were a teacher and coach. It was almost like giving you permission to close. You were like, F that.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And, and it was really that mindset, kind of Amanda alluded to it, of like, well, if nothing changes, nothing changes. And I remember we've had that conversation with a lot of box owners where it's like, cool, you can't afford this. What are you going to do differently that will eventually allow you to afford it? And most box owners don't look at it from that perspective. They're just like, one day something's going to magically change and we're going to be making money, which is never the case. So how did you pay for this?
Luckily, I honestly got really lucky through COVID. My landlord gave me a huge break on rent and didn't charge me through our entire shutdown. He kind of almost like pushed back my rent. So I lost, I would say, only about a third of my clients. And at the time, I probably was sitting around maybe 70 clients. So I would say we went down to about 50-ish, somewhere in there. And luckily, I was able to defer a lot of payments to my other things that I owed. So I literally just kind of kept tucking that away because I was like, look, if I can just get ahead just a little bit and get some money in my account and kind of build it up, like maybe I can do something. What that something was, I didn't know what it was going to be, but I was like, okay, let me keep pushing this because there's no telling how long we're going to be shut down here. That was another fear of mine. I was like, okay, when we do open back up, what is this going to look like and everything? So literally just kind of kept, tucking money into my account. And basically that's how I was able to pay for it. So, but then the good thing is that helped me. Luckily, you guys were able to work with me. So, I was able to pay, breaking it up, and that helped out tremendously rather than having to come up with the one sum of it. And then once I made the first payment, it was literally like once we did the whole changing of the membership dues and kind of how we did that, then my account, I mean, it's amazing how much more money actually went into the account. And so I was able to just every month continue to save and save and save and save. And so basically I've been getting ahead, even though I've been paying myself, because my net revenue every month has gone up. And I've even gotten to the point now that I'm able to pay her, which she was donating her time, which is insane. Luckily, she has a job. She's a part-time ER nurse at one of our local hospitals. And so I'm able to now pay her,
it's the same thing. I said, if you want to do this, I said, pay him, I'll work more, I'll give you 6 months, like for it to pay off, where this is something maybe I can do for a longer time or eventually do as, instead of nursing or something. Like I was like, I will, invest my time. I'll coach more. I'll help you out during this time. And then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'll go in and she paid me for the first time this last month. So
yeah. Well, not this last month, the month before.
Yeah. Not just my nutrition, but also
her coaching. So
that's literally the first time she's ever paid me for coaching.
Yeah.
we've always done like the membership. For the first year we did the membership trade, but I didn't coach as much. But now I coach all the time.
Yeah. Let's say I owe her a lot more monetarily than I paid her.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Amanda's been amazing to have, I'm sure. But I mean, I remember you paid yourself for the first time, Jen, in January. And we started probably early mid-December. Like we probably chatted in November, got you started, and within a month, you paid yourself, which is phenomenal. And then in addition to that, you're paying Amanda now. Not only, like you said, Amanda does a lot of your nutrition clients at the box, which is something we've implemented at Bombshell and grown tremendously. Like, how many nutrition clients do you have now, Amanda?
I usually hang around 8 to 10-ish.
Yeah, I mean, but that's great. And and then the goal is
3 months at a time. Sometimes they'll, like, if they're wanting to do like a weight loss, they'll, you know, work with her for 3 and then take a couple months off and then come back, kind of a thing. So so she kind of cycles through, I would say, anywhere between 10 and sometimes more. You know,
but I mean, you went from not paying yourself to not only paying yourself a fair, you know, good amount to paying Amanda as well.
Yep.
What?
And still making profit with the gym. So
all you know, and I think that's a misconception box owners have. It's like, well, whatever comes in is mine. Like, no, you should pay yourself like you would a coach, whether it's per hour or a salary, and then also pay the gym money.
Oh,
and then
absolutely.
At the end of the year, as the box owner, whether it's, hey, I want to give Amanda a little bonus, or I want to bonus myself, or we want to put it back into the equipment, whatever that looks like is entirely up to you. But you know, the good problem you have now is that there's money in the bank. What does that feel like? Seeing money, like seeing a positive balance.
Crazy going onto my Chase account, and I'm like, okay, that's awesome. You know, and knowing like every month, I'm like, you know, writing Amanda her check and writing Brad his check, and then I'm, you know, giving myself my you know, my pay, and it's just nice to know that I can do that and pay the gym bills, and there's still money left over. It's almost like this huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders. And it's like, I feel like it makes all the administrative side not as daunting, I guess you could say, as like, you know, as a box owner, it's not our favorite thing to do, all of the things that we have to do on the, you know, on that side of things, because of course we all started this because we love coaching, basically. But I know to run a successful business, I have to slowly pull myself, you know, back off the floor, but still, of course, coach, because I don't want to, you know, I want to always continue to sharpen my skills as a coach. But again, that's kind of, you know, it's been nice to, again, see money in the account and kind of be relieved every month when I'm doing all of this work and being like, I'm now seeing all of the benefits of the things that we're putting in place.
And I would say we still have a lot of work to do. It's not like we're out of the woods, but like there's like actually a light that's, you know, we can grasp for now. Whereas before it was like every month was like, what do we
barely
do?
Keeping our heads above water, basically.
Like she sold off everything she could sell off.
I had a motorcycle, I sold it, which I about cried because I love that thing. Like I was like
nothing left to sell off.
I know. I was like, I had like 1 month where I was like, I can't pay my bills. And my dad was like, well, you have that motorbike, just sell it. And he was like, it's a material thing. You can get one later. And I was like, okay. So I like put an ad out there and sold it for, you know, a good amount. And I used that literally to pay the rent for the gym and some other bills that month. And I was like, you know, it is, again, it's a material possession. So, I mean, did I love it? Yeah. Cause I love riding, but I'll get another one someday, you know, so.
Are you going to get another motorcycle? That's now kind of the next thing I want to see you do. Pay Amanda. I'd love to see Amanda leave her job, but then I want to, you know.
She doesn't really.
It's not that. It's I like to help people, and with nursing, it's like you get not everyone, of course, but the broad population of people I deal with don't want to help themselves, and I've done it for 10 years, and it's just frustrating. And then, but then you go to CrossFit and you have all these people who do want to help themselves. They're there to make their lives better, to move better, to live well with their needs. And it's like, that's encouraging, and that gives me satisfaction. That's like the first thing I've ever felt like I've like found my calling for. So it's not that I hate nursing. It's that it's refreshing to be around people that want to help themselves and are there working towards that and have that passion to get better and live healthier lives. So,
well, you want a job that you want to wake up and be excited about to go to, basically.
Like even when I coach the 5:15, then when I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, yeah, I can go coach. Like,
yeah, I don't know about that, Amanda. I don't know.
That's probably people do it every day, but
after the coffee, maybe. So you guys were unique in that, right away I was like, okay, we need to get you paid. We need to bring in money. And the first thing that we worked on together was the rate increase.
Mm-hmm.
So for all the box owners listening, how stressful was that? And ultimately, what is that look you guys just gave each other?
She's like freaking out.
What if everyone quits? I'm like, well, then there's our answer. If we're not gonna make money, and then we close.
Yeah.
Like, either we make more money or we close. Like there's not a.
She was the voice of reason, and I was the voice of like.
Well, I think it's easier for me because it's not mine. It's your. Yeah. I'm like I'm not an outsider, but I am because I'm not. I didn't spend all my money to start this. So.
But yeah, it was very nerve-wracking, but I think that process of, drafting a member email and kind of having your opinion on it and letting you look over it and be like, trust me, you and Amanda were definitely my voices of reason. Like, again, she was if this doesn't work, then it wasn't meant to be. And you were like, yes, this sounds great. Trust me. I'm telling you, people are going to have a better response than you think. And I was like, okay. And I can just remember clicking send on Wodify and being like, huh.
And I think within like 30 minutes, we got a response back from one of our newer members at the time. And she was like, nope, not getting rid of me. I'm in.
Yeah.
Or, like something like, something very
She's
encouraging.
Like, that's fine.
Right off the bat. So we're like, okay, maybe this
is going to go better than we thought.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and really, there was only like not even like a handful of people that kind of were like a little grumpy about it, but overall we
same thing,
didn't lose anybody.
Talked to them in person, and you did, and then settled everything. I mean, it it didn't turn into anything big.
Mm-mm.
I don't think we really had anybody quit based on that.
No. So
I don't think I've told you, but I give a lot of people your email.
Oh, really?
Yeah, whenever people, I say like, obviously you have to make some change. I think I've taken out the box name and stuff like that, but it was just a great draft. And one of the things that we talk about, like, increasing your rates can go really bad if you do it wrong. But if you speak from the heart and, like we always talk about, somewhere in there, say, hey, my door's open. Like, this isn't, we want you out of here. We're willing to work with you if need be. And very rarely, the 2 or 3 people that talk to you just want to be heard. More than anything, they don't really want a discount. They just want you to know, or maybe just find out, hey, what are we going to get for that difference?
Right. Yeah. And I think that's one of the things too that we've really put, and of course through the Affiliate U program, have put forth that effort to better the client experience. And they see that, I mean, some of the stuff is as simple as like sending out birthday cards every month, to doing the committed club, to totally changing our referral program, which people are like, I get what? They're just astounded that they get a discount for sending someone, and then that person gets, so they're like, this is awesome. I'm going to tell everybody, so, and that's gone over really, really well. And just to continue to basically just show our appreciation, for people. And, it's amazing how people are willing to also kind of go above and beyond when they don't even need to, like we had the Saturday before Memorial Day, we took your suggestions and did some repositioning of stuff and a little bit of changing on some of our flooring kind of stuff that we did in the gym. And, we had a couple clients that just came and volunteered their basically almost their whole day.
10 people that came up were like, hey, we're going to be at the gym Saturday morning. If anyone wants to come help, we'll be there. We have people up there dusting, cleaning, and
we're like, hey, we have beer and pizza if you want it, so, we're like, but just, and then giving them a shout out after, on Facebook. I think people like to see that, as like being recognized, like, hey, they just totally gave me like kudos for coming up there.
They really couldn't do it without everybody's help. So.
Mm-mm. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's been amazing. Just, the whole process, going from being a school teacher, I had no background in business or dealing with clients. I dealt with parents and kids, and, learning so much on like how to, just basically run a better affiliate, and just ways to continually, not just short term, but in the long term, continuing to improve. And I just feel like I see, like I said before, we're scratching the surface, and I can visualize like years down the road how much better it's just going to continue to get, like, honestly. So
yeah, I think a lot of our affiliate U clients are always like, man, people just keep coming in. That's like, well, it's hard to measure, but it's like anything. It's no different than your training. Like, you didn't squat 255 for 4 because you did 1 6-week front squat cycle, right? You did it years and years of putting in the work, and all of a sudden it's there. And it's one of those things, like, the trickle effect will be there. Just you don't realize that. Next thing you know, you look in the bank account, you're buying are you a Harley girl?
I don't mind Harleys. I do like a more of a cruiser style. I'm not a crotch rocket kind of girl. Yeah. I like to kind of sit back and enjoy the ride, Yeah. So yeah, I like the bigger, louder bikes. So yeah.
Get you that you're not a Sportster. I'm a Sportster guy. I'm small. What's the Fat Tail? Is that what it's called? Harley makes the bigger. I think they call it something like that.
Yeah. Like I said, not overly familiar with Harley. I actually had a Yamaha when I had one before, but she was big. It was almost 1900 cc's, so it was a big bike. Yeah.
All right. Well, whenever we have 2 people on, we usually play the Newlywed game, but today we're going to play the BFF game.
Oh boy.
All right. So here we go. Are you guys ready?
Maybe.
I'm going to ask Jen. Look, Amanda's your right-hand girl. You better know this stuff about her. I'm going to kick it off with an easy one for you, both of you, because I know you both enjoy your fast food. So, if Jen could have any fast food, what would it be?
McDonald's French fries.
Is that right?
That's accurate. I like fries are my kryptonite. I don't know what it is. It's bad.
How often do you have French fries?
Close second.
Yeah. Do y'all have Whataburgers up there? No, because they originated in Texas. But I know that
it's like white with like a red logo.
It's got the orange. Yeah, the orange W. Yeah, their burgers and fries are pretty darn good. But I don't know what it is about making these fries. I mean, but they gotta be hot. They can't be cold. They're gross cold. Like,
yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with McDonald's French fries. So, what would Amanda's fast food be?
The same.
Who was eating the fries that time? That was Amanda, right?
We both had
one. Mine were just already gone. I don't know why ours were still there.
Yeah, I remember we were on one of our calls, and I think I spotted the McDonald's cup in the background.
I was like, oh my God, Amanda, how did you leave that in the background?
It's not often, but the bad thing is it's across the street from the gym. So,
yeah, literally.
So twice a year we indulge. Yeah. It's really good, and when it's in our face.
I know. You're looking at the golden arches and you're just like, the devil. No.
I think that's a sign of a good nutrition coach, is that you realize, hey, it's not about depriving yourself. It's about, I wouldn't even say rewarding, but giving into those cravings once in a while. I know we joke around. You don't have fries.
In moderation.
Yeah.
Everything in moderation.
Not every day fries.
It's no.
Quarterly.
I know, a quarterly, like maybe a few times a year. And we're like, yes. And then afterwards we're like, oh, why did we do that?
Well, all joking aside, French fries aside, I am really proud of you guys. You guys have been so pleasurable to work with. I've really, without even knowing the full story now, I was already excited and happy. And, speaking for Fern, like, we do it for those reasons, for people like you that you love this thing, you do this thing for the right reasons, and you deserve to be compensated for it, be paid for it, and continue to you're impacting so many people. So it's like we're Grandpa Fern, Grandpa Ackerman. We get to see the tremendous impact you've had on your community. But I think a lot of box owners forget, like, hey, if you're not getting paid, if you're not making money, it doesn't matter how great of a coach or how passionate you are, and you're not helping anyone, by closing down the doors of Bombshell. So it's I'm glad Amanda listened to the podcast, and I'm glad you listened to Amanda. And I'm just really, I'm so proud of you guys and so happy. This is really incredible. Like
I said, we couldn't be open right now without you guys and your guidance and just, your curriculum. I can't talk today. Curriculum. I can't. Am I saying that right? Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Can't talk today, but is just spot on. And it's like there's just so many layers to it, and just so many ways to continue to improve, and then also the coaches development stuff on top of that is going to be huge for us, especially within the next few months, because we're bringing on 3 more people that are getting their L1. So that's good. They go take their level 1 at the end of June. So we're excited about that, and just to kind of get that implemented and have them really start to understand, what it takes to be a successful coach, be a good coach. And, I didn't have any of that kind of stuff before. So to have that,
and
to
have
be able
them
to
more prepared.
Yeah. And not be like sink or swim like I did to Amanda, which thank God she, swam and didn't sink. So
she swam.
Yeah.
I sunk for a good while.
I think she thinks that she wasn't a good coach, but considering the situation, I really feel like she stepped up and did a phenomenal job with, having a very limited skill set. So, I have a huge advantage on her with, 14 years of coaching already before, open an affiliate. So, the fact that she had 0 is pretty impressive, that she, made it through and has come through and has become a phenomenal coach. So, yeah.
I love it. Well, now my new goal for you is to be able to get out there and purchase that Yamaha, maybe a 2021 new one.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause ironically, I just paid my car off. So, wouldn't be a bad time to, eventually. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of nice.
Title of this episode already, Katie, from food stamps to motorcycles. the Jen and Amanda story.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Well, like I said, it's been really great working with you. And like I know, we have plenty of time left. We're only going to continue to grow from here. And Absolutely. Now my short-term goal is to be stronger than you. So I don't know. Yeah. We'll see what comes first. You getting a motorcycle or me beating you at a front squat?
Man, now you're going to make me have to do a front squat cycle again.
I have a feeling you'll be on a motorcycle faster. But it's been great chatting with you ladies about this, and we have a lot more to do, and I'm excited for it.
Awesome. We really appreciate it, Jane.
Definitely.
So, all right.
Offer goodbye.
So you never miss an episode of the podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel and on all major podcasting platforms at Best Hour of Their Day. Thank you so much for tuning in and for being a part of the best hour of our day. See you next time.